Father treated me like a servant from the moment I was born, so I abandoned him when he needed me the most. He never forgave me for killing his wife during childbirth, and from that day forward, I wasn't his son, but her murderer. He refused to hold me in the delivery room, walked out when the doctors asked for a name, and only brought me home because his sister threatened to call child services. Still, he made sure I knew every day that I was living on borrowed time. I slept on a moldy mattress in the basement while he enjoyed the master bedroom above me, and my daily meal consisted of one bowl of gray oatmeal in the morning. While I cooked him full dinners I wasn't allowed to eat. When fever struck me at 8 years old and I begged for medicine, he shouted down the stairs that murderers didn't deserve doctors, and left me to sweat through the sickness alone. My hands bled daily by age 10 from washing his clothes in freezing water until the skin cracked open, and he'd set the kitchen timer for 30 minutes to clean the entire house while he waited with his belt to deliver one strike for every minute I went over. The accident started in my teens when his cigarette would mysteriously find my forearm, or the kitchen knife would slip across my palm while he held my wrist steady. The worst came when I collapsed at school from starvation. He told the concerned nurse I was just lazy, then later when he broke 3 of my fingers under his boot because I made the school suspicious. The breaking point arrived when I discovered Mom's diary hidden in the attic while cleaning. Turns out my mother knew pregnancy was dangerous, but chose to have me anyway, and even wrote letters to her future child about how much she already loved me. Dad had known this truth all along, but blamed me anyway, because hating me was easier. When he caught me reading her words, he flew into a rage and burned everything in front of me while I begged him to stop, then beat me unconscious with his fists. I woke up in the hospital where he'd told the doctors I was mentally disturbed and had been harming myself. They committed me to a psychiatric facility for 2 months of forced medications and group therapy sessions about accepting responsibility. Meanwhile, my dad visited weekly to remind the staff how I'd killed my mother, ensuring no one would believe my claims of abuse. That's when I realized that he wasn't my dad. He was just a monster who I needed to escape from. I secretly earned my GED by studying at the library while working night shifts at a warehouse he knew nothing about, and then applied to distant colleges. During a forced holiday dinner where he made me serve everyone while eating nothing myself, I noticed his labored breathing and trembling hands when he lifted his fork. I even overheard him on the phone refusing his doctor's appointment because he believed medical help was for the weak. His untreated heart condition was growing worse each month, and I knew he expected me to become his caretaker when his body finally betrayed him. I waited for that moment and saved every penny from my secret job because I wanted him to feel abandonment in a moment of vulnerability. The heart attack struck him at home alone on a Tuesday night, and by the time neighbors found him Wednesday morning, the damage was severe. The hospital called me at 3 a.m. to report a massive cardiac event that left him partially paralyzed on his left side and drooling from a twisted mouth. When I arrived at his bedside, he tried desperately to speak, but only managed wet, garbled sounds as tears streamed down his face at seeing me there, his only hope for survival. The nurse explained he'd need constant care for everything, including feeding, bathing, and bathroom needs, while I sat quietly beside him, watching the